Hello, vinyl community. Curtis Young here with Young LP Lovers. Thanks for stopping by. I'm actually reshooting this video. I just watched it back, and there were so many ums and ahs in it, I couldn't even watch it. So I'm going to go slower. Might make the video longer, but I'm going to make an effort not to and ah so much. But I'm sorry, because I know, especially when I'm waffling on, I say a lot of ums and ahs. So we're doing a contest entry today. Contest for Rob over at Northern Revolutions. Rob's got a really sweet channel over there. He does a lot of Beatles stuff. Just a really great guy. Nice collection. Shows a lot of Canadian music fan. And I'm always learning more Canadian music from Rob's channel. So that's pretty cool. I've chatted with Rob in the comments, and he's recommended some albums for me. So I've got some albums that he's recommended, so that's pretty cool. If you're watching my channel and you don't know Rob's channel, get over there now. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. Rob's got a really nice channel. So Rob's calling this the Get to Know You contest. He wants us to do a shout out to a channel, preferably a channel with less subscribers than our own. A little challenging for me, but I've got a good one for you that I think you'll enjoy. And show 3 records that take us back to a special time and place in our lives. So first, I'd like to shout out a channel. I want to give a shout out to Sean Spins. Now, Sean is somewhere around 200 subs, maybe somewhere under 200 subs, but he deserves many, many more than that. Sean will take a deep dive into an album. And while he doesn't do many contest entries, that's not his thing, I think the meaning behind this contest would resonate with his channel, because every video he does is a personal story. It's not just look at this album, look at this pressing. It's here's an album, here's a story, how it relates to me, and it's a personal sort of journey. Right? And that's, I think, what this contest is about. And so, in addition to that, I think Sean's channel has a lot of really nice production value. He's an artist himself, so you'll see like drawings and things. He's a musician. He plays guitar, which I think Rob over in Northern Revolutions will like. Rob builds guitars, right? So a little connection there. So anyway, go check out Sean Spins. I'll put a link here, wherever it goes. And then let's get into the albums. I picked out 3 albums that I can share with you. I'm just going to get into it because I know this is going to get long because I waffle on. All right, first one. Can't claim to be a Deadhead, but I do enjoy some Grateful Dead. This takes me 2 periods of my life, and we'll start back furthest in my early 20s in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. There is a small music festival called Evolve, and it's kind of folk rock during the day, rock and roll at the night, and then electronica throughout the late hours of the morning, or early hours of the morning, I guess. And I've seen a lot of great music there. A lot of local East Coast Canadian bands. So I'll just shout out a few, I suppose. Probably my favorite, Slow Coaster, a 3-piece, and with the again, it's going to drive me crazy. 3-piece group from Cape Breton. Great stuff. Kind of a reggae feel to it, reggae funk kind of feel. Check them out if you don't know. Bands like Jimmy Swift, Grand Theft Bus, some other Canadian bands like, I think of the Wasabi Collective out of British Columbia, Nelson, I think. Some big headliners as well. I think of Spearhead, Michael Franti, others that I can't remember. Could be the festival atmosphere. There's a lot I can't remember. But anyway, we would party hard all night, watch lots of great music during the day, party really hard all night. And at sunrise, we would always make our way to the Grateful Dead tent. And it's just something about that kind of transition from the night into the day, chilling out, dancing, just enjoying some good music with good people. And this festival became something that my friends and I looked forward to year after year. We probably went 5 or 6 years in a row to this festival. So it became a big part of my whole year, really. Then the second period of time this reminds me of was during the start of the pandemic. So I'm based in Shanghai, and Wuhan is not the next province over, maybe 2 provinces over. And as the pandemic began spreading outside of Wuhan, we fled Shanghai and went to Canada. And we were stuck in Canada for 10 months, essentially. And it was a tough time. I was working nights, 9 at night to 5 in the morning, because I was working on Shanghai time, leading a team who was spread all over the globe. We had people in Europe and South America, and trying to coordinate all that. My dad was diagnosed with cancer just when we got home. He went through his operation and his chemotherapy while we were there. So it was just a really tough time. And I think, reflecting on making this video, why I think it was that sunrise session. As I say, I get off work at like 5 a.m. I'll grab a beer, go out in the patio, watch the sun come up, and listen to the Grateful Dead. And so there I am alone on the deck. Nothing but my thoughts and the birds and the Grateful Dead. And something just about the uplifting, kind of chill kind of vibe just really helped, you know. I needed to relax in the morning, then I'd come back in and have to get the kids ready for school, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Grateful Dead, sunrise sessions, I guess. Now, the second one I'm going to show here is not a record. It's going to be a CD. And I particularly wanted to get some Canadian music in here, right? I got my CBC shirt on. I'm a big CBC junkie. Got my East Coast lifestyle hat on. East Coast band, also out of Antigonish, Nova Scotia. At least they came out of Antigonish, where that music festival was. The Trews. Don't hear much about the Trews in the vinyl community. Most people wouldn't know the Trews. And Canadian groups, while they can do fairly well in Canada, it's tough to break through outside of Canada. You know, there's lots of support in Canada. We've got the Juno Awards, which are the Grammys. We've got our East Coast Music Awards on the East Coast. There's lots of endowments for the arts and so forth in Canada. So there's certainly a vibrant music scene. I think most people would think Canada punches above its weight, really, and that's in that area. But anyway, I digress. The Trews, they are a hard-rocking band. They're based in somewhere in Ontario now. Can't remember exactly where. And this takes me back to 2006. I was doing my education degree in Kingston, Ontario. And I was actually living outside of Kingston, about, I don't know, half hour north of the 401. And so I would drive 30, 40 minutes every day, each way, into school and then come back. I was living in my uncle's basement. And I had a little red Honda Civic, and this is the album that was playing most of the time. I just loved this album. It's got some great tracks on here. The whole thing is great, but the opener, Fire Up Ahead, is great. Making Sunshine. So She's Leaving. I was going through a breakup at the time as well, so there's some breakup music. So She's Leaving. Poor Old Broken Hearted Me. The last one, Ishmael and Maggie, is a great track. again, I haven't actually heard much from them lately. I know they're still together. I don't know if it's the same lineup or not. I know they're still putting out music. I need to look them up again because they were absolutely spectacular. Just great band. If you don't know them, check them out. The Trues. This is Den of Thieves. Think like, I don't know, who are they like? Maybe Matthew Good Band. These are a lot of Canadian bands. Tragically Hip. I hear hip in here. I don't know. Even like I Mother Earth, Our Lady Peace, those kinds of groups resonate with me. I don't know. Check them out. If you like rock, check them out. All right, and third time and place soundtrack to my life, I'm gonna go with, it's more for the artist than the album, to be honest. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Catch a Fire. This is not the cover that flips up. It's the original pressing. That's my grail. If I can get an original pressing with the rivet and the flip up, it does have the cool lighter on the back. It's still a pretty good copy. This is my Japanese copy. It's a Japanese repress, actually. It'll do for now. I probably started listening to Bob Marley in high school. But the time that this really brings me back to, you know, I still listen to a lot of Bob Marley. Bob Marley is probably my favorite artist. Certainly one of my favorite. He's the only artist that I am actively collecting his whole catalog. I'm going to do a video showcasing my Bob Marley and the Wailers collection. A couple of neat bootlegs and so forth. But the period that brings me back to is I did a youth exchange program to Costa Rica. I was living in the north of Costa Rica in Guanacaste province in the mountains. Spent 2 months there. My counterpart came, lived with me in Cape Breton for 2 months. And when you first move to a country where you don't know the language or the culture and so forth, music becomes a nice way of connecting. And for me anyway, it was Bob Marley more than any other music that really opened lines of communication. Yeah, anywhere I went and I put some Bob Marley on, or there was Bob Marley playing, you could be sure that I was going to find people I could relate to, and you know, we could smoke some herb together or what have you, right? And so that time, and not only then, throughout the rest of my life, traveling around the world, whether it was in Asia, I think at times in the Philippines, or sometimes in Goa, where Bob Marley just becomes that instant bridge between the culture, and just for that reason, and just facilitating a good time generally, Bob Marley and the Wailers. All right, so that's my entry. Check out Rob's channel, Northern Revolutions. Check out Sean Spins. I think you'll enjoy both of those. All right, so that's it. Peace.